We've all seen the headlines, right? Some 23-year-old founder raises $50 million for a shiny new AI app. They've got the designer hoodies, the sleek glass offices, the magazine covers, the whole shebang. It's a sexy startup. But fast forward 2 years, the venture capital is completely gone, the app is dead, and the company is bankrupt. Meanwhile, there's a quiet guy in your neighborhood who owns 3 car washes and a commercial roofing company. No fancy tech, no venture capital, just pure, massive cash flow.
Here is the brutal statistic behind all that neon-lit glamour. 90% of those sexy tech startups completely fail. They literally burn through millions just trying to figure out if people even want what they're building, leaving behind nothing but shattered expectations and burned investor capital.
So, it really begs the question, why are these quiet, local business owners steadily making millions of dollars while brilliant tech founders are going bankrupt? Well, understanding the math behind this might completely change how you view wealth creation. Today, in this explainer, we're going to break down the brutal reality of why glamorous startups collapse and why so-called boring businesses are actually the ultimate wealth generators.
Section 1. The sexy startup trap. Valuations on paper, bankruptcies in reality.
You see, modern entrepreneurs often fall into this massive ego trap. They're chasing social media validation over actual tangible cash flow. They desperately want to build the next Uber, not the next waste management company. But the drop-off is just brutal. Year 1, boom, $50 million in funding. But by year 2, it plummets to $10 million because of an astronomical burn rate. And by year 3, 0. Bankruptcy. These companies are funded by investors, not actual paying customers. So when that investor money dries up, the whole house of cards just crashes.
And those sexy startups carry a massive burden. I'm talking incredibly high competition and massive customer acquisition costs. You literally have to spend millions just to educate the market on why they even need your brand new product. Traditional businesses, on the other hand, they just serve existing human behavior. You don't have to convince anyone to get their trash taken away, right? The demand is already proven.
Section 2. The power of boring. Pure cash flow. Now, this is where we shift to the real gold mine. We're talking businesses like plumbing, landscaping, and laundromats. Their absolute biggest advantage? Day 1 profitability. You don't have to wait 5 years to find out if your business model actually works. Month 1, you are profitable. A boring business sells a service for more than it costs to deliver. Right out of the gate, you do the job, you get paid. Simple as that. The second massive advantage here is inelastic demand. Think about it. When the economy tanks, people immediately cancel their expensive software subscriptions. But if a pipe bursts and floods their living room, they don't care what the stock market is doing today. They will pay absolutely any amount of money to fix it immediately. Boring businesses solve painful, urgent problems that simply cannot be ignored. And then there's the tech risk. A startup faces this high-stress, endless race against the clock. Constant software updates, code rewrites, cybersecurity threats, just to stay alive. Meanwhile, termites never change. A local pest control business has practically zero tech risk. You don't have to reinvent your core product every 6 months just to survive. So when you lay the math out, the advantage is totally undeniable. Startups rely on trendy demand, they face extremely high tech risk, and they take 5 or more years to see a dime of real profit. Boring businesses, they rely on urgent demand, face basically zero obsolescence, and are profitable on day 1. Section 3. Local monopolies win. The secret power of non-scalability. Now, the first criticism tech founders always throw at boring businesses is, well, it doesn't scale globally. But you know what? That so-called weakness is actually a superpower. Enter the local monopoly. Trying to scale globally too fast is exactly what kills most startups. But if you own a commercial cleaning business in a city of, say, 500,000 people, you don't need to fight billion-dollar companies in Silicon Valley. You just need to be slightly better than the 3 other cleaners in your town to generate millions. Section 4. The Wealth Building Playbook. 2 routes to millions. So how do we actually execute this? Well, route 1 is modernization. Let's be honest, the average local service business has terrible customer service and no online booking whatsoever. You can buy an existing business or start a competing one and simply apply basic modern technology. Add automated text alerts. Build a clean, functioning website. You don't need fancy AI, you just need to be 10% more professional than the current guys, and you will totally capture the market. Route 2 is the roll-up. Right now, there is a massive wave of baby boomers who own highly profitable, totally unsexy businesses, like manufacturing or plumbing, and they're ready to retire.
The catch? Their kids just don't want to inherit a non-glamorous business, and that is your opportunity. You can acquire these cash-flowing assets, often using seller financing, and create a highly profitable holding company.
Ultimately, it all comes down to a choice. Do you want the illusion of success, the status, the egos, the press releases for paper valuations that can literally vanish overnight? Or do you want the reality, actual cash flow, freedom, and sustainability? Because business isn't about how cool your office looks. It's about building real, tangible wealth that sits securely in your bank account, completely immune to fleeting trends.
Which leaves us with this final, really powerful thought: if you want to look cool, build a tech startup. If you want to get rich, look for problems everyone else is ignoring. True wealth is waiting in the unglamorous, everyday problems society relies on. So look around your community. What urgent, boring problems are poorly managed right now? Because solving those might just be your clearest path to millions. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope this gives you a completely new lens through which to look at the business world.